have a picture in my mind that's kind of the quintessential Buna. You know, Western Welcome Week every year parades down Main Street, and I remember sitting with my grandkids and looking at the parade, and all of a sudden, here was Buna Dahal out in front, just stepping along, keeping time with the music, and racing down Main Street in Littleton with lots of energy and creativity. And that's what she represents to me, is that great energy, personality, and creativity. Buna was also for a number of years our neighbor here at the Colorado Center for the Blind. She was the employment specialist. And an amazing thing here is that the staffing market for blind and visually impaired people is really employment. Let's see, how can I say this? 70% of all visually impaired and blind people are unable to get employment, are unemployed. Buna had a rate of 85% employment for people she worked with through the Colorado Center for the Blind, which meant she went out and visited with employers all over the city and in the suburbs and placed blind and visually impaired people in those jobs, and then helped to support them as they went through the job effort. Some things you may not know about Buna, and some of you know her a little bit. She's really getting into the media lately. The national and international media has published a lot of articles and interviews that touch both upon her personal success and her professional success. This year she was invited to speak at the United Nations, an empowering speech. And she became a citizen just last year, I think, in 2006, and went home for the first time in 16 years. And she caused a media frenzy there. Every television station wanted to interview her and talk about her success. MSNBC hailed her as a young inspirational leader in a nationally broadcast interview also. And I think the thing about Buna, of course she was born and raised in Nepal, and some of you as international students will certainly relate to the fact that she has been through that experience. She's been blind since birth, and very luckily at 18 she was awarded a scholarship to study in the U.S. And I think she's always had a dream, and I'll let you tell her about that dream. It's the title that I picked for the little talk today, Not Just to Survive, but to Live. Buna.
Connie, thank you so much. And Pambos and Connie and many other staff at the Spring International, I have worked with them for many years. But it's so wonderful to be here with all of you in a way, in a little bit different capacity. And thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm very honored. As Connie said, the topic of this presentation is not just to survive, but to live. I want all of you to think about it. What does that mean to you? Do you want to live, or do you just want to survive? It was my dream, but I'm sure all of you have your own dreams too. So remember, we're not just gonna talk. I will come back to you, okay? All of you are students, and even we are not enrolled in schools or even staff, you know, we are students for life, because there's always something to learn.